All right. So now we have an application, a Javalin application that says hello to you.
Yeah.
That's not our intent here.
Yeah.
What we
need
really
items.
want, we need something more than this. We need something that will work with this request,
Yep.
the getItems,
Yeah.
which requests at a different URL.
Yeah. A different extension.
Yes.
A different route, basically.
Yes, it is a different extension here. It's not the slash that we currently have here. It is slash.
I think that's easy. That looks easy enough to change.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Well, I guess the main thing is that we expect to see some JSON with the items instead of hello to you. I mean, as nice as you are.
I think we need items. I'm not that nice.
I think we need some items. So let's come here to our simple hello world application. Well, this is a good start, but it's not the real deal.
Yeah.
Let's create some real files here instead of just a class called hello world. In the Java folder, we have this class right on the top, right on the directory. And this is something I thought about bringing up on the previous video and I decided not to.
Why?
Well, because I wanted to talk about it now. We have something to work with, but now I think it's time to organize this code.
Yep.
And the way to organize this code is to create folders.
Yeah. Folders, paths, so that our API knows where it's going.
Yeah, and also because suppose that I call this file server. I'm probably going to call this file server because it's a web server.
Yep.
Well, that's our web server. But also there may be a class in Java called server because it's modeling, I don't know, a restaurant.
Yeah.
And it's modeling the server or the waiter on the restaurant. So completely different kind of server. And it's like with files on your computer. You can have multiple files with the same name as long as they belong to different folders.
Yeah.
So the same idea applies here in Java. And the folders in Java are called packages. So I can come here to new and look for package.
Yeah.
And then we need to give these folders a name.
I think we can call this item server or to-do server or something like that.
Yes. Well, there is a convention. There is a convention how to name this.
Okay.
You can come up with any name, but there is a convention. And the convention,
this I actually don't.
The convention is to use a URL in reverse. So for instance,
com.package.
Something like that. Yes. Yep. So suppose that we have a website called JUnit.com.
Yeah.
Well, the idea is you just reverse the URL, so it becomes com.jhuose. It turns out that this slash is bad.
That's weird.
Okay, so like this should work. Okay, but we in fact do have a domain called jhu.edu, right? It exists. So, or even cs.jhu.edu. So we could pretend that there exists a cs.jhu.edu. I may request this domain from the IT guys in the CS department. I may not.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, by the time you watch this, you will know.
Yeah.
But suppose that this exists for now, and we can use something like edu.edu.cs.oops. And you can see that I'm not using slashes or backslashes. I'm using dots. This is a Java convention to represent the directory structure. In the end of the day, it's going to be a bunch of directories, though IntelliJ is showing me with the dots. It actually is a bunch of directories. I think there is a way for you to see that. Project files, and then it appears as a bunch of directories. But anyway, project. All right, so here we have this directory structure, and we can come here to create a new Java class that I think server is a good name.
Here server is a good idea.
And I can copy most of this.
Basically all of this.
And IntelliJ is smart enough to know that I'm using Javalin, so I should import Javalin. You can see that this line was here, and IntelliJ put this line here for me.
And as you can see, package edu.jhu.cs.oos is now there at the top of the file. That's how you define any file being in a package.
Yes, so besides creating the folders, you also have to tell Java, this is where I expect to be.
Yes.
Okay, so we can get rid of the Hello World class entirely, because now we have this server class that does the same. And with that, we can start to write the real request. The first thing is we have to change the path.
Yeah.
So in Postman, you can see that the path
is actually just
/items.
Yeah. So let's have that instead. Yep.
And the result, I don't have a good way to generate this yet, so I'm going to do it in a bad way.
Yeah. Hard code it.
I will copy and paste for now. And we will see.
It doesn't look nice, but it's fine.
Yeah.
It's a work. It's a work.
Yes.
Not even in progress, but it's a work.
Let's try to run this.
Yeah. Let's see what problems that throws up.
I think it will work. I am confident.
It should.
Okay.
Javalin's running.
It's running.
So we can send a request to localhost 7000 using Postman.
Yeah, previously I was showing this on the browser, so I want to do that real quick.
Okay, 7000.
And now it says not found.
There's no home path though. You just took it out.
Yes, exactly. But if I go to items, then I see the JSON as a string. Awesome. Let's do the same in Postman. You can see previously I wrote here localhost. I wasn't specifying a port, so it assumed port 80, but my server is really running on 7000.
Yeah.
So I can send this, and now I get some JSON back. Awesome.
That was easy.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
So next, we can either fix this to not be some hard-coded string, or we can pretend this is good for now and go to the next request.
I think just fix it. It'll take 2 minutes. Let's fix it and then go to the next request.
Okay, to fix this, we need some sort of data structure in Java that represents our to-do items.
Yeah. So I think you can have a class with attributes, identifier, and description.
Awesome.
That's it.
Class, let's call it item.
Yeah.
And some attributes. Is there a way to add attributes in using IntelliJ? No, I don't think so. Okay, so the identifier is a number. I'm going to use int identifier. And a description is a string.
Yep. Yep, that's it.
And can we generate some like getters and setters for this?
Yeah, you need to have something that actually gives you.
I bet that there is a way for me to generate this in IntelliJ. I just don't know how. Maybe right-click and generate. Constructor.
That's easy.
All right. Well, it's a constructor with only the identifier.
No, so they have getters and setters also.
Generate getter and setter for both of these.
Yep.
Go ahead. Thank you very much, sir. So now we have something to represent one item, one of these lines.
Yeah, one line. Yeah.
But we need also a data structure to represent
hold all of it.
A list of items. Well, how do you want to do this?
Honestly, we can have a list item in main that holds instances of the class.
Awesome. So
it's simple.
In Java,
clean here.
There is an interface called list.
Yeah.
And I can call this list items.
Yeah.
And I can create a new. Let's use array list.
Array list, yeah.
Of
items. Yeah, sorry.
And then I can come here and tell it to import
both of these.
Array list and import list as well. Yeah. Oh, so here is something that may be new to some people. In Java 10 and on, something around that version. We are using Java 12, so we have that definitely. There is something called local type inference. You know how you have to say list, and then you have to say array list, you have to repeat yourself?
Yeah.
That's kind of annoying. You can just say var.
Oh.
And Java will know that this is an array list.
Okay.
Apparently, this is not really working in this case, but it may be because of the configuration on the project. I don't know.
Yeah, actually, yes. So if you go here, select that, and you can have different things. Local variable type inference.
Yeah, that's on version 10. We are already on 12. And it still says that it doesn't know how to do that. Set language level to 10.
You have to do that. I think they removed it in 12, did they?
I don't know. But in any case, now if I come back here, it's still saying language 12.
Yep.
So this is some IntelliJ shenanigans. I don't worry about it. I would just take it. But yeah, so I don't have to be explicit on the type.
Yep.
This is nice. It reduces repetition.
Very, very Python.
And then I have to create a list of some elements.
Yes. So you actually have to iterate through whatever.
I think there is something called list of in Java. Yes, there is.
There is?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know
this
that.
is somewhat new too. I think it's in Java 11 maybe. But then I can have a list of some elements. For instance, a new item.
Yep.
And I would like to be able to create these items with the identifier and the description. So I'm going to come here to the item class and generate. I learned the keyboard shortcut because it appears right here.
Yep, Command N.
Command N, generate the constructor with both identifier and description. Bam, it's there.
Yeah.
So I can come here to the items, and this is one.
Just and put that in.
And I'm going to repeat this line.
See, that's easy.
4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And yes, I'm going to be pedantic. Really do this part as well. Hold on to your seats while I copy and paste my way out of this.
Cliffhanger. What's gonna happen next? Okay, yeah. But that's a much easier interface now than it used to be. Like I remember writing those huge lines every time. Just annoying.
Yeah. Okay. Now we have a list. But we still have to generate this JSON string based on this list.
From that list, yes.
We could generate this by concatenating strings and looking into the items list, but that's annoying. We don't want to do that.
It's a long time.
Luckily, Javalin has something in store for us. Let's go to Javalin documentation. Show me the docs for JSON. Excellent. So there is something for us to use.
Yes.
Oh, right. So there is this thing in the context
that you can just
called
set
JSON.
it. Yes.
And it will take my data structure and serialize it, which is to transform it into a JSON
Format
string.
it into a JSON object, basically.
And set it as the result.
Yes.
So currently I am setting the result by hand. Yeah. Well, I don't have to. Just get rid of all of this, say JSON
and
items.
Then item. Yep.
Looks good to me.
Let's see if it actually works.
Oh, I'm going to do something wrong now just to show how it is wrong to do it. If I do the request again, it works, but it's not really updating. So if I change here some part of the string and save and do the request again, it still shows me the same thing again and again. So
the server has not been refreshed.
Yes, the server is not being refreshed automatically. So anytime I change the code, I have to come here to the Run tab and click on this little guy to restart the server. I must not click on this play button or on this one. This would try to start a second server and fail. I'll show you real quick. So if I click here on display, you can see that now Run is failing, a bunch of failures, and that is because it's trying to run the server multiple times.
No, actually, sorry to rain on your parade. If you just scroll up, it's a list of problems.
Oh, it has to do with the use of var. So never mind that.
You can just put list there.
For now, I'll put list here. And we'll figure out local type inference later. I bet that this has to do with the build.gradle file. Oh, that's it, right here. There you go, man. We said in IntelliJ that we want to use the project level 12. But in Gradle, it doesn't know that. Gradle can run from the command line. It's not attached to IntelliJ in some way. So the source compatibility is expecting Java 8. And that's our
Oh,
failure.
that's bad.
So we can say cert compatibility Java 12 and save. And now IntelliJ is going to go crazy and rebuild everything using the new version of Java. And with that, I can come back here and use local type inference, I suppose.
Let's see. We'll find out.
Yeah, so I'm going to stop this server, start it again.
Looks like it's working. Yeah,
yeah, awesome. And yeah, as I said, anytime I change this, I have to come here and hit refresh.
Just change it and show. Yep.
Save it and go to oh, this is running into some errors. Awesome. But yeah, I have to refresh to see the changes.
Missing dependency Jackson.
Missing dependency Jackson. Why do you say
when
that?
you just send the request again. Go back.
Oh, okay. Returning to a point from a previous episode, we want to separate concerns. So
yes.
Javalin is a web server. It's not a JSON serializer.
Yes.
It's not a JSON mapper.
Yep.
So we have to add Jackson, which is in the toolbox.
Yes.
It is the tool in the toolbox for
data
JSON
binding,
mapper.
yes.
JSON mapper. So it's converting now, in this case, from a Java object into JSON.
Yes.
So we have to add Jackson. So let's do that by following the instructions.
All you need to do is one simple line in Gradle.
By the way, this is super cool. The error message is showing what we are missing.
To add, yes.
And this is Javalin. This is Javalin being helpful. It's not Gradle that is smart enough to notice these things. It's Javalin that is that good. So we come here and add Jackson. We don't have to write any code to do this because in Javalin it knows that if Jackson is there, it can use it.
Yes.
So now we can restart the server yet again. And now this will work, right? So we have here some...
Fingers crossed now.
Send
that. See?
Excellent.
And you have TODOOSE.
The TODOOSE. So if I come here to IntelliJ and fix this,
it back, but
save,
you don't run it again.
Just come back to Postman, it doesn't work.
Yep.
But if I rerun the server, by the way, I'm gonna now show what I tried before and failed. If I run the server again, now there are two servers running, and this second one will fail, saying that, oh no, the address is already in use. There is already a server running on port 7000.
Yes.
So you will run into this error if you try to use this button every time, because now there are two servers running. What we really want to do is to just stop all servers, start from scratch, and anytime I change the code, I just click here on reload.
Rerun it, not start another new instance of it.
Yes. And now this is truly working.
Yes, that is perfect.
And I think that about wraps it for now.
Yeah, that sounds good. We're done with the first request.
We are done with the first request.
Are you not forgetting something?
What am I forgetting?
Committing the code.
Oh, yeah, let's do that. So come here to version control. We have the new files.
Yes.
Just commit everything for now, and
that looks fine. Get request, get items request.
Get items request. Since I don't seem to get my capital letters right. And commit.
Yes, that's fine.
I will also push. So coming here to git
and push.
Okay.
Yes, it's on the branch, so it's going up to the branch, not to master.
Yes, this is something we did off camera actually. We are following, or did we do it on camera? I don't remember. I think we did it off camera. We did the thing that we did in a previous episode. We came here to git and branch.
We created a new branch, and then we committed the code, the Javalin starter code, to that branch, and that's where we've been updating. And we will send a pull request and merge it when we're done with the requests. Which we are.
Yeah.
So get items is done. You can create a pull request. You can just create pull request and merge it, and then delete the branch.
Yes, sir. And delete the branch.
Yep.
I will also come back here to IntelliJ, switch back to the master branch.
Pull from branches, master.
Checkout.
Yes.
And then I can come here to
pull now
and pull.
Yep.
Pull. And then I can even delete
the other branch.
the other
Yes,
branch.
I think that's a good idea.
Get items.
Code cleanup.
Delete.
That's it.
Delete
track branch.
Delete.
That's it.
Everything fine.
Can you go to network actually in version control and show it? No.
Oh,
I mean here.
Here.
See?
Yeah.
It has a weird path now, but
this was the pull request with the starter code and the new request that we just implemented. There were some other requests that we did off camera to fix some technical things.
Yes, that was different.
But yeah, this is good. And I can also see here on GitHub that the pull request is now closed.
Yep.
It appears here as closed. So yeah, we are establishing a pattern for growth.
Yes.
On the next one, we may try to do the second request.
Yes. We'll try to create a post request.
Create an item.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
See you there.
See you.